So I want to go outside and get some work done on that little table today. I don't know how much I'll get done today. I'll probably end up working on it tomorrow too. But before I get outside and get started, I just want to ask everybody to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. I really appreciate it, especially being a new channel. It'll help us out immensely. So let's get going and get some work done. I need that table done. So we just marked the legs with a square. Oh my goodness. That's our little mouser. So we're just marking them so we can even up the table legs. I'm just going to clean these spindles up with some hot water. I've got a piece of oak trim, again, leftovers, that I'm going to cut to put around the edge. It's just the right thickness of the two pieces of shelf. But I'm going to get these spindles cleaned up first. And then get the trim cut. You can see how much more you can see of the color once some of this dirt is washed off. You can see all the character in the wood and a lot of the ridges that you couldn't see because of the dirt. I thought it might be mahogany, but I think that's a lot harder than mahogany.
Just to let it dry.
So there you go. We've got the trim nailed on and glued. That's the other side. So this is basically what it'll look like from the top. Glue there. And I'll just sand all of this and then paint everything the same color on top. And then be time to put the legs on it, spindles. Might seem like a lot of work for a little table, but I like stuff like this that's totally unique and different and homemade and made up of a bunch of garbage, basically, scraps. My battery went dead, so I didn't get some of the footage of us, but this is basically glued and pin nailed. That's the underside. So like I said, might seem like a lot of work for a little table, but I like stuff that's really unique. It's made to fit where I need it, and it's essentially, other than the metal hardware that I ordered from Lee Valley, it's made up out of what would have been garbage. Spindles that were garbage, these shelves were garbage. This was a leftover piece of trim from another project, and I'll get a really unique little table. I'll go get the paint now, sand this off, paint the top, and then I'll have my table finally. So I'm kind of tired out, dusty and dirty from drilling the holes in those table legs, and I think we're going to have to continue on with this tomorrow. But that's okay. We'll get some more work done on it tomorrow, and once I have the painting done, attach the legs, I have a nice table. So I think that's it for today, and we'll continue with it tomorrow. So that should be enough sanding. Got most of the glue off. Don't want too much glue on there. So roughed off all, or sanded off all the high parts and a little bit of the sharp edge on the sides, corners, because I hate slivers from oak. So I want to go outside today, and it's kind of a chilly day. Yesterday was worse, but it's still kind of chilly today. So I want to go out and show you the awesome paint color that I found yesterday to go with the spindles that I'm turning into table legs. And I'm really pleased because while I was in Home Depot, I remembered that they have sample sizes for $4.99. So you can actually get a sample size tinted in whatever color you want. The idea is that you don't have to go decide based on a chip, a paint chip, which is pretty small. Even the larger ones are pretty small to make a big decision on. So they have the little cans like this that you can get tinted to most colors, and so I got this tinted to a color that I picked for a match to one of the greens that sort of surfaced when I sanded the spindles for my table legs. So I'm really excited about that, and I'll show you the match with the paint chip when we get outside, because this, again, for a small project, I might even be able to do more than one project with this, and it was $5. Awesome idea, instead of buying even a quart or a gallon. So great idea. It's a little chilly today, so I'm probably not going to end up doing the painting, but I want to get this tabletop sanded. The holes, pin nail holes, have been filled in the edge crack here a little bit, So we'll get this sanded, and this is the paint color that I chose to go with the spindles. So I'm going to do the top and this wood in this green color. Like I was saying, I remembered when I was in Home Depot that you can get these little sample sizes tinted, and for a tiny project this beats getting a quart or a gallon tinted. And this is the color. You can see it. I tried to sort of match one of the greens that's underneath, and this green actually sort of looks a little bit like what they would call a heritage color, because of the shade of it. So that is the color that I chose, and to go with the green that I liked underneath. So pretty excited about that. And again, I think this is an awesome idea. Get a little tiny jar. It's $4.99 plus tax, and I might even be able to get like another. It's not going to take very much to do this tiny little tabletop, so I might even be able to end up using it for another project. But the other thing too is, you know, once you open a can of paint, it starts to dry out. So buying a quart or a gallon for a project, you end up, you know, you could end up losing most of it anyway because it dries out. And a lot of paints that don't last that long. Just wanted to do a quick update on the table project. We've had so much bad weather, and again I did the primer inside. I finally got around to putting the green paint on top. You can see what the color looks like. This is the paint chip. And like I said, I got this little jar of paint at Home Depot, and you can see how much paint I used. This was only $5. It's a sample size, and you can see how much paint I used. Very, very little. I'm doing these letters to create a sign or watermark for the channel, and then I'm going to decorate them. So I decided to do them Tiny Home Living, 3 letters, and I've got this sort of standing on the pins for the legs to dry. So I'll put a second coat on, and then my table will be done. And then but I just thought I'd let you know how little of this paint I used for this tabletop. What I did, instead of pouring it in the tray, I just dipped the end of the roller in it. Did the underside of this trim on the edge first, and then the top, because I would have lost a lot of the paint if I had poured it into the roller tray. So, just being a little bit cheap, I guess. Frugal. Anyhow, once I get the second coat on, we'll put the legs on it, and that'll be done. So here's my little table that had to be so narrow, and this is why. Such a narrow space. I sort of wish I had gone with a double bed in here. This one lifts up and has storage underneath. I had those storage boxes stacked as a temporary table down here, and this is why this table had to be so narrow. To me, it's kind of funny looking. It almost looks like a baby colt with long spindly legs, but I'm really happy with the color, and you know, that showed through on the spindles and that I used on the top. I've ordered a piece of glass to put on the top too, so it doesn't get marked up, and I think that's going to work really well. And the storage boxes are great to keep stuff up there on the shelves anyway, so I'm pretty happy with that. So there you go, table's in place. I just love it. There's enough room to get the bedding in, tuck the bedding in at the side, you know, like if I actually make my bed. And this works great. I've got enough room. I have a CPAP machine that I need room for on a bedside table for as well, so I've got enough room for that. and I'm super happy with this table, and I think I am going to go ahead and make that other table with the wine barrel top and use these same spindles as legs. I just love it. So I'm pretty happy with this project. And like I said, the storage boxes are awesome for up there above the window. I hope you enjoyed following along with us and watching us build that little table. I really am happy with it, and like I said, I love stuff that's unique. It's different, it's made to fit the space, and it's just perfect for me. I love those spindles, and I'm really looking forward to building another table with it. But anyway, that project's done, and it's time to show you the new baby chicks and how they're doing. So that'll be the next video. But in the meantime, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.